Smoked beer. These are so-called Rauchbier Märzens. These three are from Sweden, and we will compare them against the original Schlenkela Rauchbier Märzen from the smoked beer capital of the world, Bamberg in Germany. So I felt like dressing up a little bit today in something warm and elegant. Now is the autumn-fall season, and I have been longing for something season-specific between Oktoberfest and Christmas. And I've started to see a trend in Sweden with these smoked beers. It could be that I just haven't noticed them before, but it feels like more and more breweries make their own smoked beer. So Klackarbacken and Finn is brewed in the south of Sweden, in the Scania or Skåne county, and Helsinge Rököl is from Hälsingland county, maybe 300 kilometers north of Stockholm on the east coast of Sweden. Now, what's so special with the Schlenkela is that they smoke their own malt. There are some videos on YouTube you can watch. It's really interesting, both from Schlenkela and the other brewery in Bamberg that also smoke their malt, Speciale Brewery. I linked to one of those at the end of this video, so you can watch that if you want to. So these Swedish breweries, they buy already smoked malt and then brew their beers. Of course, that doesn't mean that these beers can't be delicious, but it's just something with the perception and the feeling of this beer when you know that everything is done in the brewery. There is some sort of smoked beer in Poland. I don't know if they smoke their own malt. There is also a beer-like beverage on Gotland, Sweden's largest island, outside the east coast in the Baltic Sea. It's called Gotlandsdricka, the beverage of Gotland, or more locally, Dricke. And I know they also smoke their own malt, but that is a homebrew tradition. That beverage is not allowed to be sold commercially, but I'm getting thirsty, so let's start pouring them up. So Helsinge Rököl. Rököl means smoked beer, and we probably got the word rök from Germany, Rauch. And in the south of Sweden, it's pronounced rök, which is even more similar. The beer from Finn has the label Rauchmärzen. So it's really supposed to be similar to the Schlenkele style, I think. Wow, what the head? It's too bad you can't smell what I smell. It's both smoky and kind of sweet smelling. Schlenkela. I think this contains 100% of the smoke malt. Oh wow, the smell, just from a distance. Incredible. But I'm not sure if the other beers have mixed the malts. On the Helsinge one, it says it's only part of the malt that is smoked. So I'm guessing it's the same with the other two Swedish beers. So they are pretty similar in color. Klackarbackens is definitely the palest. Looks so tasty. Looks like Klackarbackens head kind of dissipates faster and it's not sticking to the sides as much. But let's check out the aroma. Helsinge. It reminds me of some food, but I wouldn't say the smokiness is overwhelming. There's a little bit of syrup and a kind of tar, dark chocolate maybe. There is something else I can't quite pinpoint. My mind goes to one of those yellow flowers in summer, maybe like syrup loaf. I don't get as much of smoked salami, bacon aroma as I thought. Interesting, but I am kind of new to the style as well. Let's sniff the Finn. Much more of the smoked aroma off the bat. Tar. I think of smoked fish, smoked mackerel maybe. There is something sweet as well. Not really berries, but some sort of dried fruit. Interesting that these two were so different in the aroma. Let's check out Klackabacken. Now we are back to a not as smoked aroma again. Have a little bit of smoked sausage. Also bitter orange, syrup. Some sort of dark bread. Maybe raisin bread, actually. I'm thinking a little bit of meadows or farmhouse. Now the original Schlenkela. It is very smoky, but also coated in a sweeter blanket. It's like the smoke itself is sweet. I know the malt is smoked using beech wood. It's like it's chocolate, but not dark bitter chocolate, but milk chocolate. We have this popular drink in Sweden, especially for kids, where you mix chocolate powder with regular milk. It looks like this. It's called O'boy, funny enough. And I actually think more of an open fire than any specific smoked food. But you also have that syrup loaf and the bitter orange. Did I say that already? But man, I'm getting thirsty. Let's start from this side again. So this was Helsinge Rököl. Prost, cheers, skål. The smokiness is noticeable, but not dominating at all. You have more of sweet orange and orange zest, not only bitter orange. It feels like it's more of dark bitter chocolate, lovely sweet brown bread, and then a little bit of gently smoked sausage on top of it. Yeah, this might be a great introduction. If you already like darker beers, like Märzens and Dunkels, but you're a little bit afraid of the smokiness, this could be perfect. Let's dig into Finn. Skål. Yeah, here the smoke is dominating, for sure. Lots of smoked sausages. I actually want one now. It's that kind of beer where you get hungry. I'm thinking cheese as well. Not in the flavor, but to have to it. This one also feels a little bit more bitter, maybe also drier. Not a lot of sweet fruits in here. Maybe that bitter orange. It's pretty light as well. It felt like Helsinge had a fuller body. Maybe, or it's just a bit sweeter. Let's dig into Klackabacken. Need to work up some head here. Yeah, it's more of a hint of smokiness. Now, of course, I'm comparing Rauchbier Märzens to each other. If I should compare this to a regular beer, maybe I would go, whew, this is smoky. But amongst these beers, I think this is the least smoky one. Because you only get the hint, it's like you want another sip to try again. Maybe they are super clever. Also bitter orange, a bit of syrup, like all of these beers. Could be a hint of lemon, grapefruit, just a tiny bit. Okay, Schlenkela. I think it's the first time ever I will drink this actually. They also have a Helles, which I have been drinking like crazy the last couple of weeks. This one doesn't use the smoked malt, I think, but they use the same equipment as this beer, which kind of rubs off on this beer. This is delicious. And I think this one will be too. Wow, I got raisin liquor. You know that sweet spirit? I can't wait to dig in. Prost, cheers, skål. The smoke is really dominating, of course, but it has some strange sweetness. And it's like the smoke itself is sweet, but it can't be, right? Definitely a lot of tar and some sweeter fruits as well. It's such a nice aftertaste. Smoked sausage, for sure. Or smoked cheese maybe, if you are vegetarian. Actually, on my last blind beer testing party I had at home, I had smoked cheese on the table as well. And the vegetarians asked, "Is this really cheese?" Because when it has that amount of smoke, you often think of sausages. I need to try some food to this as well eventually, but it's like a meal in itself. So let me try these through a couple of times and see if I can summarize. Schlenkela is Schlenkela. If you are curious about smoked beers, you have to try this one either way. But it's really smoky, but it also has that chocolate milk softness. The thin one is also very smoky, but also maybe the highest bitterness. And Klackabacken and Helsinge are more delicate in the smokiness. So maybe a great introduction, or if you don't want as much smoke in your beer. I really hope this trend continues, and it will be interesting to know if you have smoked beers in your country. Here you can watch the video about Schlenkela. It's in English, so no subtitles needed. And in this playlist you can check out some more Swedish beers. And remember, drink responsibly.